Hello and welcome traders to another day of analyzing the markets.
How's it everyone, and welcome back to Trade Smart with Crypto. Today is Friday, the 21st of August 2026. And today I am showing you 4 critical charts. Was the bottom official in at 58k? And then we'll dive in to tackle the most asked question on social media right now. Has the new bull bear cycle actually started or not? Maybe, maybe not. So pour yourself a lekker cup of coffee and let's dive straight into the first chart. See you there. Alright, take a look at chart number 1. And if you watch my video back on the 10th of August, the thumbnail picture on the chart, you will remember, I warned you guys never to take an RSI divergence lightly. In fact, the RSI divergence is probably one of the best trading telltales or whistleblow patterns. Most probably the best one you'll ever use. But let me get myself out of here to give us some more real estate. And okay, look at what played out on this weekly chart. Price was making a clear lower low while the RSI was printing a higher low. You see here, RSIs were making highs and price action were making lows. And you know from the video before, and please go watch that video. It's most probably the most important video you ever watch about the RSI divergence. RSI went up, price action came down. So what followed? Price followed, you can see here, price followed the RSI. That classic bullish divergence played out almost textbook style, pushing Bitcoin and crypto market up by around 25% since that call. But now the real question everyone wants to know is this just a temporary bounce? Or is it the start of a next massive bull bear cycle? Let's move to chart number 2 to see what price structure is telling us. See you on chart number 2.
Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to smash the like button.
Okay, so here you can see on this chart, we have our weekly Bitcoin chart with our Fibonacci retracement levels here on the right. First look at where Bitcoin found rock solid support. And that was right on the 382 $57,000 level. Now let's assume for a moment that 57k was the absolute cycle bottom and a new bull run is trying to start. Before we get too overly excited, price action has to follow a basic rule of market structure. And that is that Bitcoin must make a new high. And looking at this chart, our key structural line in the sand sits around the 618 Fibonacci level at $82,500 to $83,000. $83,000. So until Bitcoin breaks out above that $83,000 level to print a definite high, we cannot confirm a structural trend reversal. We cannot. It has to make a new high. Breaking 83k is step number 1. But anyway, to be 100% sure the bull run is back and the start of the new bull bear cycle, we need further technical confirmation. And that's going to bring us to the next chart. So I'll see you on the next chart. Now this chart is a four panel dashboard of heavy hitting indicators that I use to confirm macro trend reversals. So before I start buying heavily at higher prices, I want to see these 4 lights turn green to confirm we are starting the new bull bear cycle. Anyway, time to make some workspace again, and boom shakalaka. Now let's work our way clockwise, and we'll start here at the bottom left side. And you'll see this is the daily chart. And you'll see a red line here, which is the EMA 50, and you see the green line, which is the EMA 200. Now, if this EMA 50 crosses above this green EMA 200, it's a golden cross. And that will be our first confirmation that the bull bear cycle, the new bull bear cycle might be on the cards. And then if you go to the top left one with this yellow line here, now that is the EMA 21. Now, and that is the monthly chart. Remember, this is a monthly chart, and if Bitcoin closes above the 200, the 21 EMA, that means that we might be back in a new bull bear cycle, but it has to close above. And it's now the 21st, so we still got 9 days to find out where it's going to close. Then we move to a weekly chart here on the right, the top right, and this is the Gaussian channel. And we know that is troubled water. And Bitcoin needs to close at least above that middle line of this troubled water before we can say we might be back in the bull bear cycle, the new bull bear cycle. And then last but not least, coming down to the bottom right, with this blue line at the bottom, that's the RSI line. The RSI needs to close, and this is a monthly chart. The RSI needs to close above the 50% line. Anyway, if you want to master these indicator setups and learn how to use them step by step, it's all laid out in my book, Trade Smart with Crypto, on page 97. And if you don't have a copy yet, stick around to the very end of the video where you can grab your free ebook. Or if you prefer holding a physical copy like I do, you can order the paperback or hardcover from Amazon. Now let's jump to our last chart. Some of you might think I'm joking because we need to know, is the bottom in for this bull or bear cycle or not? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let's go and find out on the next chart. Before we're taking our magic carpet ride back to 2011, let me first just explain to you what MVRV is, that is market value, real value. And you'll remember from my very first video in the 5th of July, I really dived deep into the MVRV. But yeah, anyway, the MVRV tells us if Bitcoin is undervalued or overpriced compared to its fair value. The next is the NUPL, that is the net unrealized profit and loss, and that is basically measuring whether the overall market is in net profit or sitting in bleeding losses, capitulation phase, or the bottom. And then lastly, the Puell Multiple. Well, that measures miner profitability, Bitcoin miner profitability, to show if miners are getting forced to dump their coins, and if it's still worth mining Bitcoin. Well, we're ready for takeoff, and our first stop will be 2022. And you will see in 2022, the bottom was in, the MVRV was green, the NUPL was green, and the Puell Multiple was green. So yeah, let's continue our journey, and our next stop will be 2018. 2018, and you can see from price action coming down, the bottom was in, the MVRV score is green, the NUPL is green, and the Puell is green. So let's go to our next stop, and that'll be 2015. And 2015, the bottom was in, and the bottom was in, and you can see the MVRV score is green, the NUPL is green, and the Puell Multiple is green. So let's go. Where are we now? Where are we today? And you can see, here's the MVR score, MVRV, the NUPL, and the Puell Multiple. And not a single one of them has turned green yet. So what does this mean for our strategy? For someone like me who still has a limit buying orders sitting at below 60k, hope is definitely not lost. We could still see a final flush to turn these green. But if the market decides to keep pumping and leave 60k in the dust, I won't FOMO in blindly. I will simply wait for those 4 technical confirmations on chart 3 to trigger before buying at higher prices. Anyway, now it's time to go and enjoy our weekend. And if you found value in today's breakdown and you want to stay ahead of this market, smash that like button, hit subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Trade smart, keep your gunpowder dry and stay sharp. Have a great weekend with lots of bright fires and cooler boxes for tomorrow's big match. All Blacks versus the Springboks. Eish, I can't wait. Enjoy the game and see you in my next video. Cheers, guys.
Looking forward to see you traders again. Trade responsible and don't forget your stop loss. Bye-bye.